How we doing today, folks? Primal Instincts here, and happy June to everybody. Happy summer if you're on my side of the world, and happy Pride Month to all. Yes, I figured this would be a great time to record another video about identity. One I've been wanting to record for a while now because I've been having some discussions with fans in emails about this, and just really wanted to put this idea out there. Now, for anybody who didn't already know, I am asexual, so I'm a little different than the norm. Community is a great thing, just to know that there's a lot of people out there that are just like you and that you're not different or weird. So I feel it's very important to continue making videos like this because the impression that it leaves and the positive impact it has on people is amazing. And it makes me feel really good. Of course, I love getting all the affectionate, adoring comments from my fans about my content and the way I look. But knowing that I make a genuine impact on people's lives, that feels the best. And this video right here is going to talk about, it's kind of like a nuance or a gray area when it comes to sexual identity. And for the purpose of explaining what I'm trying to communicate here, instead of identity, we're going to use the word sexual preference. Meaning, instead of so much identifying as who you were born to be into, you identify who your preference is. Who you actually entertain things with, or who you seek for companionship and relationships and the works. So how many of you know somebody or have seen somebody, even maybe on the internet, they identify as straight, but you know that they either fantasize or have entertained some sort of sexual act with somebody of the same gender? And they say, oh no, let's just say it's like a guy who's like, oh man, I love chicks and I want to get married and I want to have kids. But you also know that they have some close friends on the side that they entertain some fetishes with, maybe of the same gender. And you might be scratching your head saying, well, wouldn't that make them bisexual then? Because they're doing that stuff with other guys, even if they're not kissing or going down on each other. Does that affect what their actual identity is? And instead of worrying about somebody else's identity like that, what I suggest we go by is their preference. And their preference meaning. We'll even use this in a real world example. Some friends of mine that you've seen in videos, past videos over the years, that I've had a lot of fun with. Very close friends. We had some obvious sexual, just romantic energy together. Never kissed or went down on each other or anything like that, but there was obviously something there. T-Rex and Lord Rubik's, good examples. They preferred women. They always preferred women. They only dated girls. They only desired to have a family and children with a woman. Yes, we were all good friends and we entertained mutual interests together. We made each other excited and feel good. But at the end of the day, T-Rex got married. Lord Rubik's found a girl he wanted to start a family with. And that was the end of that. And that appears to be a very natural thing. I've seen it happen before. I've had people tell me it's happened to them as well. They have these great friends and they have so much fun together. But then that friend finds a girlfriend and poof, they're gone. Just ghost. But that's why it happens. Because those people prefer women, but they do still enjoy having a little bit of fun with the same gender too. But does that make them gay or bisexual? I mean, that's kind of up for individual debate. My opinion personally, I'm going to go ahead and say no. Because T-Rex and Lord Rubik's only preferred women, I would consider them straight because that was their preference. Lord Rubik's even had this conversation with me, as a matter of fact. He said it just comes down to preference, and his preference is women. He had fun doing what we did together, and he enjoyed it. He said that, but his preference as far as like relationships and like sex acts goes was women. Even though we were doing that stuff together, I would still consider him straight. Now, what do I consider myself? Like I said at the beginning, I'm asexual. So I can't really, it's kind of hard to say anything further than that. I have only dated girls early on in life before I realized that dating just wasn't for me. And I've had romantic fun on the side with guys and girls. So you could call me bi, but I'm not a breeder. I don't care for dating. I don't want to get married, and I don't want to have kids. I'm a real independent guy. So while all my friends move on and find their significant others and leave me behind, I'm still always going to be the love having fun, independent, free bachelor. And I just have to end up making new friends. But I have learned to be my own best friend, so hey, I'm never going to abandon myself. But seriously though, that's what it comes down to me. And this is my own individual perception on it. Different people will have different takes. Like, let's take, since we're talking about community this month, let's talk about if you're ever familiar with the findom community. All right? So you got these guys, they call themselves straight alpha males. And what is the definition of a straight alpha male? It's going to be a masculine dude who all the ladies want and that he's into ladies. That would be straight alpha male, right? But you notice these guys in their videos, they're not making videos and saying, oh, that's right, girl, feel up on my muscles. That's right, girl, kiss me. They're making these videos towards other guys. Not exactly the definition of a straight alpha male, is it? So that might leave you scratching your head. Like, if these videos are being filmed for and catered to other men, how are they going to call themselves that? Well, at the end of the day, they probably only prefer having these relations with women. But as you can see, they got that freak side to them where they enjoy getting paid to film videos for other guys. Some people are going to argue and say that that's technically bisexual. Other people are going to say, nah, he's just doing it for the money, or yeah, he's got that little quirk about him, but he really only loves the ladies. It's a nuance. It's up for anybody to decide. It's not that big a deal. There's just so many gray areas when it comes to identity. But when I describe something like that, I like to use the term preference, because at the end of the day, that's what it comes down to. Whoever you prefer is your identity. You may fantasize about both genders, but you only feel like actually entertaining things with one. Whatever your preference is, that's your identity. And you define yourself. All right? We can sit around here all day debating other people's identities and preferences and whatnot, but that's not really a good use of our time. So, happy Pride Month. Remember, your identity is your identity. Be yourself. I hope that I can answer people's questions and help them better understand themselves, even with really confusing scenarios like this one, because it is just such a gray area. Like, there's so much more to it. It's not just black and white. You know, it's something you could sit there and talk about all day and just go through all kinds of categories and stuff like that. But that's what it is for me. Preference. Whoever people prefer, that's their identity. All right? If you got friends having a little side fun with their friends, but they only prefer women and they call themselves straight, they're still straight. All right? Unless they fully entertain that bisexual side. They actually date people of both genders and entertain sexual acts on people of both genders. That's when I would say someone's bisexual. You know, 50-50 or whatever. And in the other case, like I said, you want to call it 75% straight. The findom guys and the people just having a little fetish fun with their friends, but only hooking up with women. 75% straight, if that makes it easier. But that's all I got for right now. I don't want to drag the video out too long. So, happy Pride Month. I got more videos like this coming up. If you have any questions or want to join in a discussion about what I talked about, please leave a comment and I will reply. And I will see you in the next video.